Everyone, welcome in. My name is Batty, and I'm sitting here with my partner,
Elizabeth Gutierrez.
And we're actually having too much fun.
Yes,
way too much fun. Thanks for tuning in to our.
Started.
I know we haven't started because we had to start refilming again because we were laughing too much. This is our 9th episode of Anchor Agents, and do you want to say the joke? I want to hear it.
No, because earlier he said that we're in episode number 8, and I said, "Where did 9 go?"
Anyways, so it is going to be episode 9 today. Elizabeth, what do you want to talk about today on episode 9?
We're going to talk about getting started.
Okay, perfect. Is this before licensing? Is this going to be after getting a license?
As soon as you get your license.
Perfect,
what do you
perfect.
do?
Okay.
You get started.
Very well. So, I got my license. What do I do? You want to...
Well, first of all, I think that you need to go out there and just kind of research where do you want to, where are you going to be best fitted in and which company works best for you.
Picking the brokerage.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And let me ask maybe a couple good questions you could ask the brokerage. Would be about training, would be about, what is my commission split going to be? Basically researching. And I know that I went on to Mike Ferry's website and there was an entire list because when you go in to interview, it's actually flip-flop. You're actually interviewing the brokerage. So that's another thing that I was not used to doing. If you go into a job interview, they ask all the questions, but this is different,
Yes.
So.
Yeah, people think that they're going to go there being interviewed, but it's the other way around. You should be taking the initiative and you are asking the questions.
Absolutely. In different companies, they can have different training, and a lot of this is one thing I ran into. Other companies will just invite you to their trainings, and that's like super cool. Just a way to get your feet wet while you're researching your broker. So we've picked our brokerage. Elizabeth, what do we do next?
So once we pick our brokerage, it depends on the company. So if they have training, make sure that you take advantage of all the training.
Absolutely.
Knowledge is power. Knowledge is key. I always say that. Even up to this day, I'm constantly reading. I'm constantly learning, checking the market, and just getting updated. Because it's very important.
The daily hot sheets. That's one thing we check every day. We go onto our local MLS and there's, you click on the hot sheets, and what that will let you know is what houses are on the market now. You know what I mean?
Yes. Not only what's in the market now, but if there's price reductions, then you say your client was looking at that property, but it was off their budget, like $10,000, and now they dropped those $10,000. It's your opportunity to call them back and say, hey, guess what? That house is back.
On the market.
On the market.
Absolutely.
Well, it's been on the market, but now it's in your price range.
It's within the absolutely.
In your price range.
Where would you suggest a new agent go to find leads?
Kyle, that's a great question. Everybody keeps asking me that everywhere I go. They come up to me and they ask me, how are you doing it? Where are you getting these leads from? And honestly, it's a combination of everything.
Absolutely.
We've got clients from door knocking, cold calling. Actually, well, not really cold calling. I haven't done cold calling.
I've been following up, but it takes a process.
It's open houses, door knocking, your sphere of influence, social media. So it's a combination of everything. Just make sure that you're out there promoting the hell out of yourself so that people know who you are, and that when they talk about real estate, they'll bring your name up.
And what works for someone isn't going to work for everyone, and that's one thing that we always talk about as well. I know that there's some agents that they're not going to go door knocking, but they're killing it with referrals. You know what I mean? So it just depends. And we were at a Danny Batsalkin, he did a presentation for the association. He was talking about, it was so brilliant. He says, what is your passion? Elizabeth, what is your passion? Take what your passion is and then tie real estate to it. You'll never work a day in your life. You know what I mean? And when Danny said that, I was thinking like, oh my gosh, it's insane.
Yeah, you incorporate what you already love doing into, your career.
Yeah, and you're good at it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then that when you actually are speaking with people, you're going to come across so authentic and so genuine because you're not faking it, because you're in alignment with what your God-given gifts and talents are. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So sphere of influence, write down a list of everyone you know. pick up the phone and start calling. And we had this conversation yesterday. Yes. Elizabeth, what happened? We have a newer agent in the office.
Yes, we have a new agent in our office, and he was asking me the same question. How do you get leads? Like, help me,
Let's
like,
expand
any
my
suggestions?
database.
I was like, well, I don't need to, but I was like, pull your phone out. And then he's all like, okay. I was like, how many contacts do you have? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, well, scroll all the way to the bottom. And so we looked, and he had 171 contacts. So I told him, call those people. Those are the people that already know you. They already build that relationship with you.
Yep.
And just, pick up the phone and tell them, hey, this is so-and-so. I just wanted to share great news with you. I started a new career.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to ask you, who do you know that's interested in buying or selling the house? I would love the opportunity to help them out through the process. And then you'll be surprised how many people will be like, well, you know what? I was actually thinking of buying.
Yeah. Or I know
somebody. Yeah. My sister, my brother, whatever. My neighbor.
Absolutely.
So
another thing I've noticed is, regardless of the pillar, meaning whether it's going to be door knocking, whether it's open house, a sphere of influence, there's always one common question. It is, what do you say? There's books of scripts. Kevin Ward from Yes Man, the book of Yes. Get that book. That book will tell you in every situation what script to use. Now, don't let the book collect dust. Memorize the scripts. Yeah. And that way you start to internalize them. So, because when we practice scripts and you're sitting there, you don't sound like you're scripted. Eventually it becomes a part of you, and it becomes like
habit.
Yes, and it's like second nature, and you can tell that it's not a script.
Yeah.
It's just conversation. And so I would recommend getting a book on scripts. Also, different brokerages are going to have, in their training, they're going to go through the scripts as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I think that's a pretty good start for, getting out there and fill your mind, read and study, read books on other, Tom Ferry. I won't get it. There's so many books out there that you can read to kickstart your career. Get a mentor. Interview your brokerages. What else do you want to add?
Basically, just go out there and do it.
But be yourself, right?
Be yourself.
Be
unique.
Yourself, man.
I was telling everybody's like, well, just be you. If people like you, they're going to trust you. And if they trust you, they're going to do business with you.
Absolutely. So, and then they're going to refer you business.
And they're going to refer you business. But you have to be yourself. You cannot pretend to be somebody that you're not, because, transparency is very, very important nowadays.
Absolutely.
People can see through you if you are genuine or not. So.
Yeah. And everyone lives in a glass house these days because of social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone is filming. Everyone knows everything going on about everyone. And they can tell, oh, man, this is a hoax, man. So. Anyways, I wanted to thank you for tuning in today. Elizabeth, what's your contact information if they want to find out more information about getting started?
Yes, my phone number is 805-286-6617. Again, 805-286-6617.
And mine's 805-714-5473. Again, 805-714-5473. The two of us just want to thank you so much for tuning in to Anchor Agents episode 9.
And just
7,
please
8, 9,
don't,
right?
7, 8, 9.
Oh my gosh,
and
man.
don't be afraid. I know that it's kind of challenging or
intimidating. It can be scary. It can be scary to go knock on a door, man.
I challenged you guys to go out there and door knock.
I think I'm going to challenge them too. I won't use 2 fingers. I'll use 1.
Just pick up the phone, call, your sphere of influence, go door knocking.
Absolutely. Host an open house.
Yes. We talked about this in one of the first episodes, like if they say no, it's okay if they say no. Move on to the next one, because there's going to be
Do I take it personal?
No.
Do I have a pity party?
No. It's not like we died or anything.
No.
So.
Move on. Because every no, what do we always say, Elizabeth? Every no.
It's getting closer to that yes.
It's getting one closer to the yes. Absolutely. So again, I want to thank our brokerage, the Hubbell Real Estate Group. Don't forget to like and share the video. I want to wish everyone out there to have the awesomest day out there ever. Go ahead. What do you want to say in closing?
Have a blessed and productive rest of your week. And don't forget, if you guys have any questions, concerns, or just anything, direct message us or contact us at any time.
Awesome. Have an awesome day out there and be kind to each other.
Bye.
See you next time.